Hello, Sunday Society. I'm Bianca,
And I'm Hannah.
and welcome back to another episode of Taking Back Sunday. Today, we're diving into something that's a little heavier, but super important. We're going to talk about burnout versus breakdown. What's the difference? Because they are different. Why do we often miss the warning signs? And most importantly, how do we pull ourselves back when we've been running on empty for too long? Whether you're feeling just tired or like you're about to snap in half, this episode is your reminder that you're not alone, you're not broken, and you do deserve to rest. So grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's take back Sunday. Hannah, have you ever heard of burnout?
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of a breakdown?
Yeah.
Are we coming to the edge? Yes.
Yeah.
So I think the first thing I want to talk about are the differences between the two and then kind of how they overlap because they can overlap with one another. So burnout is that state of chronic physical and emotional exhaustion that can be caused by prolonged stress. And it's usually from work, caregiving, or other demands that you have that like carry on over a period of time. It develops gradually. You can tell by fatigue, cynicism, which I'm like, have I been burned out my entire life? Because I'm kind of a cynic, and a reduced sense of accomplishment. So, like, you just don't feel like what you're doing is ever good enough. Think of burnout as your body and mind running on empty for way too long. So, like your car or your phone battery.
My car be running on empty all the time.
Your car be on E always. I don't even know how you do it.
I fill it up every time.
I know. And you always make it. And that's why you still let it get so low. You're like, I ain't run out of gas yet. So then the opposite of that, or well, not the opposite, but like the more progressed version of that is a breakdown. Some people call it a nervous breakdown. This is acute. So it's an acute mental or emotional collapse when someone can no longer function in daily life. It can be triggered by extreme stress, trauma, or unresolved burnout that's gone untreated. So you're burning out, and then finally your body's like, shut it down, we're out of here. It feels like you hit a wall all at once. So that's kind of a big difference, and I'm sure I'll talk about it later, but burnout is over time. Like it just gradually gets worse. A breakdown is all at once.
Yeah.
Like the flu. You just feel like you've been hit by a truck. It comes out of nowhere. So I really work well with like analogies. Like if somebody can break something down, compare it to something, make it more applicable to my life. So burnout, like I said, is like your phone battery slowly draining over time. You keep running the apps, you ignore the low power warnings, and eventually the screen dims, the performance gets worse, and everything takes a lot more effort. You're still on, but barely. So burnout is that slow fade, physical, emotional, and mental exhaustion from that chronic stress. Breakdown is when that phone finally turns off. So it's like, I can no longer sustain this, and we are done here. It's not just low power, it's a crash. It happens when that stress is prolonged and it's untreated. You reach your breaking point. It makes it hard or even impossible to function day to day. You think like panic attacks, emotional collapse, and just feeling like you cannot move forward. You cannot go on. So again, to recap the key differences: speed. Burnout creeps up over time. Breakdown hits all at once.
A gradual thing.
Yeah. Scope.
Breakdown is not.
No, breakdown is you are broken down.
Like a car.
That car, the gas is finally said.
The check engine light isn't on.
Yeah, everything's off.
It's smoking.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So the scope is also different. So burnout usually stems from just one area. So like just work or just being a caregiver. Whereas breakdown is every aspect of your life. It's not just
overwhelmed with everything.
Everything. And then the impact. So burnout dulls like motivation and engagement, where breakdown completely it immobilizes you. So you can still function in burnout. You cannot function when you've had a breakdown. So they do overlap a little bit. And I tried to imagine like a Venn diagram, like from school. Those are my favorites, the little circles and the ones in the middle. So one circle, we've got burnout. We've got symptoms like fatigue, detachment, irritability, cynicism, which sounds like my personality. Oops. Sorry. I mean, I might need to talk to Tracy about that in therapy. Like, can my identity be burnout? Like, is that a personality disorder? Because I have it. Then the other breakdown, it has anxiety, loss of functioning, uncontrollable emotion, and sometimes even physical illness. And I think we've talked about this before. Like, chronic stress can make you physically sick. Like, that stress reaction, you can feel it.
Your mental health can make you physically sick.
Yeah.
It's crazy what how our minds can like affect our bodies.
It is important to recognize the signs. And I think about this a lot anyway, just because mental health, I don't feel like is treated the same as physical health. I mean, if you have a headache every single day for a week that won't go away, you're going to go to the doctor. You're going to take care of it. I feel like when people feel anxious or emotionally overwhelmed or not, in their right mind for a prolonged period of time, they're not like, I need to go to a doctor. They're like, I need to suck it up. I need to do better. So it's important to recognize because burnout can become breakdown if it is not checked. That is your mind and body's way of saying, I can't sustain this pace. Recognizing burnout early is like plugging the phone in before it dies. Circling back to that phone analogy, because your girl loves an analogy. Recovery is possible and much faster when you catch it before the crash. So it's just, being proactive versus being reactive.
I think about driving that one day really long on our trip where I started to like feel like I was having an out of body.
Oh my gosh.
And I couldn't feel my hands. I think I was really close to breaking down.
I think your body was ready to shut down.
Like,
I'm glad you didn't tell me in that moment because I would have been like, I don't know what we're supposed to do now.
No.
Oh, yeah, I bet that was terrifying.
I was like, just keep swimming.
Just keep swimming.
Oh, it's rough.
Oh, yeah. So I thought before we talked about like our own experiences with this, because we are human and I feel like burnout is just part of life.
Yeah.
Nobody is exempt from it. Like you could have the best work-life balance and I think that you're still susceptible to burning out in some way. So, but before that, I thought we would talk about some quotes that I found on Reddit from different, like, I don't really know what you call them, pages?
Subreddits?
She's so smart. It's different subreddits. Yes. So the first subreddit it's a therapist subreddit. And there were two. And I imagine that therapists would have a lot of burnout in that.
Listening to people's problems all day. Yeah.
What am I trying to say? That career choice. There you go.
Yeah. That field I feel like would be,
like I was thinking about
tasking,
it. You listen and absorb everybody's problems all day. Like that's all you do. You really have to be able to compartmentalize that
like all day long, other people's energy. And
yeah. There's no way I could do it. So first quote comes from the therapist subreddit. Long story short, I burn out so badly, I needed to take a medical leave. I had the following symptoms: compassion fatigue, extreme fatigue and exhaustion, insomnia. It was fine falling asleep, but would wake up at 2 to 4 a.m. and not return to sleep. I've had that happen before. Clinical depression, suicidal ideation, physical health issues, chronic infections, skin issues, gut issues, anxiety, low libido. It really impacted all major life areas. Yeah, that's crazy. That's so much. And compassion fatigue is a real thing. And I want to talk about that actually when we're done. So the second quote, I feel like I have constant brain fog. I'm starting to feel very irritable and on the verge of tears. Every morning, there's an almost unbearable dread before I walk into the school. Oh, a school counselor. God bless them. So compassion fatigue is something that I experienced in education. And I know I said we would go through all these before we talked about our own experience, but I feel like during COVID, and this is a safe space, so I'm going to say it and I'm just going to be honest. It was really, really hard because there was so much going on in the world. There's so much going on in the world, so much going on in the schools, so much going on at home that you feel compassion day after day after day. You feel sorry. And then at some point you get to that spot where you're like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. And it made me feel like I'd lost a piece of who I was, like a piece of my humanity, because I do care. I do genuinely care about people. But I was so exhausted from having every single thing on my Facebook, every single day at school. It was just flooded with awful, awful stories. And it's just like at some point I had just reached my limit and I could not have cared less.
Yeah.
And I think that for me was the start of my burnout.
I experienced something similar during COVID as
Mm.
well.
Oh, I bet so in the
Like
healthcare field.
coming from somebody who had to be at work, I was,
Yes.
whatever,
Essential.
essential. And people would complain about like working from home or whatever. There was complaints all the time or being afraid of COVID and
Mhm.
like just all, and I was like, I don't want to hear it from you. I literally go in a building every
Yeah.
day where these
Yeah.
people, there weren't very many deaths that I had to deal with from COVID, but like there were everybody, whether they were COVID or not COVID, if they were passing, like they didn't get to really see their family until those last moments. You had visitors that were looking through like a script, and like people were complaining about all kinds. And I was just like, you have no idea.
These
Like
are
you
not
don't
the
get to stay
things.
at home behind your computer, or you don't get to stay home behind your door and feel safe. And oh, I'm got whatever it's called. Like, what is that whenever you're at home all the time? And like you're
Agoraphobia?
no, 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 no,
Oh.
no, no. Like you're at home and you're like cooped up and you're
Oh,
like,
cabin fever?
thank you.
I was like, I don't know.
Agoraphobe. I was like, no.
That happened when I was stayed home too much. I was afraid.
I have cabin fever. I just want to get out. And I'm like,
You're like actively watching people who are dying from natural causes whose family have to sit behind a screen outside
yeah,
looking
or
through a
like
window.
just people that are elderly that like can't see their loved ones.
Yeah.
And I'm going in every day putting on like
Freaking
PPE and
yeah,
mask and
yeah.
face shields. And I'm just like, I don't want to hear you complain. I literally had no compassion for anybody.
Yeah. No, it's a
Except for
thing.
those people
Yeah.
like that I knew were in those similar
Yeah.
situations. And it was rough.
It's a thing though. Like that is a real compassion fatigue is very
Yes.
real.
And I think when you, as a teacher or like a healthcare person or anybody that's like dealing with other people,
Yeah.
if you don't take care of yourself, it might be a student that's like, I had a horrible night and I think I'm homework done. You might be like,
How
I
dare you?
literally don't care.
Yeah. Save the drama for your mama. Do your homework.
Or even in my position, if I deal with so many employees, they all have issues, everybody has a personal life. And sometimes I'm just like listening to people and I'm just like, get it together. Just come to work.
Yeah. Like, I don't need it. I don't need it.
Ah!
And I'm glad that we can be real because that is such a real thing. And I know that we are not the only two people on the planet that feel that way.
Yeah. So I do. But then that does take a part of who we are as people because I am a very caring and compassionate person.
And so then you start to question yourself. You're like, am I the problem? Like, am I? And it's
am I the problem?
Is it me?
Yeah.
Which we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
But no, the answer is no. The answer is you give so much compassion that you have literally expended your resources.
Yes.
You're
not filling your cup back up. So you have nothing
during
else to
COVID,
give.
during COVID, there was no way to replenish because the world was on fire.
And everybody's experience during COVID was valid. Like everybody had valid experiences, different experiences, and they all affected them in different ways, but they were not good.
Yeah. When you made the comment about the people with the cabin fever, do you remember when those celebrities made that music video of them singing from their houses and we're like, you're sitting in your freaking mansion singing
$5 million,
la la la.
$10 million
People
house.
are literally like dying.
Or can't pay their bills because they're getting
they can't work.
Unemployment, but they're only getting, like $600 more a month.
Yeah. Did you get, or not you specifically, did people get unemployment when things were shut down during COVID?
Yes.
So like when the stores shut down? Because see, I mean, I was essential.
There was like a stipend, I think, on top of it that I believe President Trump had. It was like $600 extra or something like that a month.
Okay.
But then when that came off, people had lost their jobs.
Yeah.
So that came off, and then it was just like unemployment's not that much.
No,
it's like a percentage of what you make.
Yeah, I think it's like 80% maybe
I don't think
of your
80%. I think it's like 60%.
Oh, no.
Quote me if I'm wrong.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. And how fortunate are we that we don't know what the actual number is? But like when Ford shuts down, my dad, like when they would do, oh gosh, this has been years ago, but they would have like the plant would shut down and my dad would have to file unemployment. and it would only be a
Yeah.
percentage of his check. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that unemployment, that percentage of his check was still more money than I was making as a teacher. So whatever. Anyway, that makes me
Ta-ta.
sound, ta-da, that makes me sound inconsiderate. Whatever. I'm not. So if you think that about me, ta-ta. So the next subreddit that I looked at was from like neurodivergent women. It says AUDHD, which makes me think it's a combination of autism and ADHD women, which I think I fall into that category.
I definitely have ADHD. I have ADD. I don't know about the hyperactive part, but I definitely have the attention issue.
I think that you can get, I don't know if there's a thing where you can have both, but like, I think that you do get
can.
hyperactive.
Okay.
I think that there's times when you're like, it's time, we gotta go. Do this, do this, do this.
Yeah.
That's when I get in my hyper-focused mode.
That me too.
I was
and
like that today at work.
I use it to be productive.
Yeah, like to clean. I know that your family knows. They're like, oh, mom's on her bed.
And Neil says, when you clean in the most sporadic way.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, that's my ADHD.
That's my, As soon as you feel it, you're like, I gotta do this now or never.
I have literally vacuumed and mopped floors at midnight.
I know. Well, I mean, I live alone, so if I wanted to, I'd do the same thing.
Yeah.
I remember.
I do not live alone.
Well,
I have my family.
You don't care.
My poor family.
When I lived in an apartment down in Ozark, I vacuumed really late and I lived on the top floor. I was like, oh, that was a bad idea. Okay, so this quote says, going on sick leave because of burnout probably saved my life. My burnout coincided with my neurodivergent self-realization. My old job was not fitted for my neurodivergent needs, and my work did not help at all and caused me to crash.
So at my first nursing home job, I went on a vacation. Towards the end of my time there, I went on a vacation to Florida with my husband and some work friends. And on that trip, I was like, yeah, I gotta quit.
Yeah. It helps. I mean,
it was like taking me out of that environment made me realize how bad it was for me.
Yeah.
And like
I feel
how
like
burnout I was. And I was like, yeah. Came back, put my 2 weeks in, or maybe it was a month. I probably put a month notice in.
I think because I read a couple different people had said the exact same thing. Like going away, you really realize what you need.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's not that. Or not the job that you were in. So this subreddit is Ask Women Over 30, and we fall into that category too. I got burned out this year in February. I was home from work for 3 months. I feel pretty much recovered, but I can't go back to my old work because it's too stressful. Again, you take yourself out, and this next one is the exact same thing. I literally could not care less about this job. I am burned to a crisp, got home from work 3 months, then went back at 25%. I feel pretty much recovered, but I can't go back because it's too stressful.
I love that they say I literally couldn't care less, because so many people say I could care less.
I know, and I was like, are you sure? Because it doesn't feel like you could. It feels like maybe you couldn't. Pet peeves. Pet peeves of an English teacher too. Irregardless. Anyway, this one's from a Get Motivated subreddit. So like exercise. So pre-burnout, I used to go to the gym, walk daily, very social. I now eat terribly, hardly do any exercise or even drink water. Definitely self-care is lacking, and I'm seeing a psychologist.
Oh.
I mean, I can relate because so I mentioned how COVID was the start of my burnout in education. And I don't know that I've talked about this here, but I actually really thrived during COVID being home. Like that part, I did not get cabin fever. I was not like, let me go back. I was like, I'm loving this, which is now why I work from home. I think that I really just enjoyed that flexibility. But I was able to work. I worked out every day. I had a very solid routine. I was probably in the best shape of my adult life that I had been in. And then after kind of that low point where the breakup happened and I moved home and I put on 50 pounds, it's been hard. It was hard to get back to where I used to be. And I still don't eat right. I'm doing a lot better than I used to. There are days that I'm like, oh, did I even take a sip of water today? And I don't know if that's ADHD or depression. Like, which one is it today? Just spin the wheel. But like, I feel that. Like, being motivated and being active and doing all these things, and then just almost like abruptly not, because you just don't have the energy to. You couldn't care less.
You couldn't.
The next subreddit is mental health, which fitting. Hit deep burnout last year. On antidepressants too, which helps somewhat. I have no serious hopes for the
Aren't we
future.
all?
Yeah, I mean, honestly.
Aren't we all on some kind of antidepressant?
Yeah, and if you're not, what are you doing?
You're just raw dogging life?
Let me get you some Zoloft.
No.
I love when you say that. But this one is very serious and sad.
Okay.
It says, I have no serious hopes for the future. I'm just waiting to finally rest, which is
We
alarming.
need to check on that person.
Yeah. It's,
Yikes.
I've been down and I've been out, and I have been down and out, but I've never been that low.
Yeah.
I've never felt no hope.
No hope. Yeah.
Because that's when people start telling you things like that they have no hope. That is a red flag. That is an alarm. You need to check in on that person.
Is it a red flag to imagine yourself driving off of like the side of the highway and crashing into a tree?
That's an intrusive thought. And I think if you start getting those more frequently, maybe that should be a sign to get some help. But I get those all the time.
I'm like, where did that come
safe
from?
space. But I'm like, I wonder what would happen if I drove off this bridge right now into the river.
Yes. What is wrong with us?
Is anyone else like this?
Oh my God. I'm like, there is something seriously wrong with me.
And then I get scared because I'm like, oh, I don't have one of those little glass hammers in my car. I need to get one.
I think
or
I'm
a
going to
seatbelt
buy
cutter.
everybody one for Christmas this year.
You know what else you should have? One of those like choking things. It's like a suction thing you put in your, like on your mouth, and it sucks the food out. So like if Brinley were home alone and Corbin were choking and she can't do the Heimlich, it's like a little device that just sucks the food out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or because you can't do the Heimlich to yourself.
Yeah, if you're home alone.
I did see a video just this week on Facebook. Off topic.
Oh, yay.
That a lady pulled over and was out and was choking, and a police officer pulled up, like she was driving, and pulled up and like gave her the Heimlich.
Huge fear of mine is choking while I drive.
What is
Everything's a huge fear of mine. But think about it. That's so scary. Like, I chew my food
so well. Sorry.
You took the word right out of my mouth.
But yes, you do.
Yeah.
I can tell when you eat that you chew your food well.
I gotta make sure I don't choke and die.
I'm the opposite. I'll be like, I'm swallowing it halfway down.
Talking, laughing. Oh my Lord.
So I'm the one that's gonna happen.
Shoot.
I will run myself into a hole or something.
Could you imagine? Be right back, guys. Gotta pull over. Oh, the trauma. Okay. Subreddit accounting, which I imagine that's a stressful job. You've worked in that field.
Done that.
So I am currently almost half a year into burnout. Jeez Louise.
I thought it was going to say, like, I'm half a year in this job.
No. We are 6 months deep in the burnout.
I am not laughing at that.
No, at this point, we laugh because if we don't, we'll cry. That's just where we are with our lives. Life sucks.
Me too, sis.
Right?
Me too.
6 months, 6 years, baby. Okay. Oh, okay. Symptoms are everything requires a lot of energy and permanent dizziness.
Oh, permanent dizziness.
Like, could you imagine?
You need to go see a doctor.
Yeah, that sounds like vertigo.
Oh,
your ear crystals are not aligned.
Yes.
But also,
yeah.
It's crazy that they said that because my boss worked previously for a company where he had to be on call 24/7. And it was so stressful that he would have dizzy spells all the time. I'm like,
wow.
I have never, knock on wood, I have never been that stressed out that I am dizzy.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it. Knock on wood. Redwood tree.
So I am, for the most part, on call. Like, weekends, evenings, unless I take PTO. My phone is on me. I have to be available. And I do understand. That is taxing.
Yeah.
Every time my phone goes off, I just want to sometimes be able to just turn my phone off and take a break.
Oh my gosh. I feel like you would feel like a lift, like a huge weight would just be lifted off your shoulders.
I did when we were on vacation because I knew like somebody had it handled.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, free falling or something. Like I just felt amazing to not
And I feel like on
And
the
I turn all the
weekends,
notifications off.
yeah, but on the weekends, like if it's not your MOD weekend, I feel like you should be able to do that
Girl,
too.
if there was an emergency,
I
I
know.
want to know.
I know. I
Yeah.
know. Maybe just like 1 hour where you're like, this is my do not disturb hour. The emergencies are going to have to wait.
Yeah.
If there's an
No
emergency, no, there's not.
emergencies. Yes.
Okay. The last subreddit that I looked at was Belgium, which was fun. I basically just searched up like burnout and breakdown. So it gave me some things. I just kept working until I got fired at my job for not doing my job well anymore. Went
Oh.
into a depression and gained tons of weight until I hit rock bottom in my depression and had no other option but to bounce back.
Oh, sis.
Yeah.
But you're resilient.
Yeah.
Thank God.
Yeah. I feel really bad because I have felt, actually, no, I have not ever felt so burnt out that I just stopped doing my job well. And that's the perfectionist in me because I'm like, I have to do this exactly right, even if it's killing me. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't be that person. If I got fired from a job, I would lose my soul. So, after kind of looking through Reddit, it definitely made me think about, I talked about like teaching and things like that. Burnout in the education world is blatantly obvious. I think that every
Yeah.
school district is always hiring somebody. Like there's not one school district that you can look at their website right now and they're not hiring.
Props to the teachers out there.
Yeah. I mean, y'all are fighting the real fight
Yeah.
through the burnout because you care about students.
Underpaid and overworked and dealing with some bad kids.
Bad kids and
Ugh.
bad parents. Sometimes it's the
True.
parents are worse. The kids are
Yeah.
come to school like, I'm so sorry my mom emailed you last night. And I'm like,
Uh.
yeah, me too, bud. Like, what were you talking about at home?
Yeah.
But so that obviously we did talk about, I'm very open about how my burnout in education led me to leave education. And now I work from home, which is amazing. But as everybody knows, like the workforce right now is so volatile. There are so many layoffs because the economy's not great. People are shooting above their means with their budgets. They're overhiring maybe people
Yeah.
at the top. And so, like, my company just went through a huge riff, which is, for those of you that don't know, that's a reduction in force. It's just a firing that happens, it's a round of layoffs. We lost a lot of good people at my company, all of my former team. So, like,
Yeah.
the team that I worked with for years, they're just gone. And now those duties are kind of being divvied out to different teams, my team being one of them. So it's picking up a whole lot of extra work. And it's
for no extra
for
pay.
no, of course not. They just fired
Isn't that
out the company.
isn't that frustrating?
Yeah, it is. And what you learn, so education is very different than corporate America. Corporate America is very cold.
Cutthroat.
There you go. Cutthroat is a great way to describe it because
Mhm.
it's like you are a means to an output.
Mm-hmm.
As much as you could have a good culture, but at the end of the day, it's all about the money and the bottom line and like what revenue you're bringing in and how are you contributing to that revenue. So it very much right now, the culture at my place of business is low. Like morale is in the tanks and people are burning out and looking for other jobs. Um, I have every 2 weeks I meet with my manager for a one-on-one. And he said at the last one, because I had one today, he said 2 weeks ago, a burnt out Bianca is not a good Bianca. Like, we don't want you to burn out. You need to manage this, like, you need to balance more and do less.
Does he know what burnout Bianca looks like?
I don't think he wants to know. I think he got close because when that happened, the riff happened, and then the pretty big change in my personal life happened. It was just, I think it was a very obvious shift in my demeanor at work.
Oh yeah.
And
so they were like kind of
he was getting a pulse check, like, okay, girl, how are you? And I'm very open with him. Like, he knows about what's going on in my personal life. He knows how stressed I am at work. He's incredibly supportive. I somehow have been incredibly blessed with amazing leadership in all of the roles that I have held, minus one that I won't say out loud. But all the schools I worked at had excellent principals.
Mm-hmm.
This company, when I was on the support team, I had a great boss. When I'm on this team, I had a great boss. that's not common. And I
Yeah.
don't think that is not everybody's experience. So I do feel supported at work, and I have kind of dialed it back, and I'm doing less
Mhm.
because I have to take care of myself.
Mhm.
And so I took a couple days off here and there. I've got a half a day coming up to do something fun with you. I'm now dedicating more time into therapy again. I had an appointment this week, took a half a day or some time off to go do that, taking a half a day here in a week or two to go back. I'm really trying hard to manage the burnout because I was feeling very close to a breakdown. I really was feeling like questioning the universe. How could this get worse? But I was like, we ain't doing that because when you ask, you will find out. So that's kind of where I am. Previous breakdown or burnout, I did not break down though in education. I think I got out before it completely fried me. But then the breakup, I think, sent me, I think I had a small breakdown. But clawing your way back from that is hard work. So if you have to do that, you just call me. I'll help you. I'll be here for you. So that's kind of my experience with burnout and breakdowns.
Yeah, I I definitely feel like as a mom and a wife
Oh my
and
gosh,
somebody
yeah.
that, you know, is in charge of so many people, and
In and out of the home.
yeah,
Like home and
it
work.
never shuts off.
Yeah.
So burnout is a real thing.
Yeah.
I feel like I've kind of run there most times.
Yeah. Like you live in burnout zone.
Yeah, kind of.
Maybe it's time we talk about some recovery thoughts and suggestions.
Yeah, I don't have any like good advice. I'm
Well,
not, I'm, don't be like me. I don't know.
do as I say, not as I do, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of how I am too. I'm
Yeah.
like, listen to what I'm telling you, but don't watch me to see if I'm going to listen to what I'm telling
Yeah.
you because I'm probably not. So I think it's probably a good time we could talk about maybe some recovery suggestions, like from how to recover from burnout, and how to recover from a breakdown. I do want to preface this by saying I am not a medical professional. And if you have experienced these symptoms, please seek out professional advice because it's not me. I do this for fun and a passion project. I'm not certified to give advice. But my first piece of advice is rest is not a reward, it is repair.
Mm-hmm.
You can't push through burnout or it will turn into a breakdown. You have to schedule time to rest and not just scrolling, not binge watching, doom scrolling, but actual downtime that calms your nervous system. I'm looking at you like I'm telling like you need to rest, but I'm just looking at you because you're here. So,
You're not wrong.
I mean, I need to do it too. I think I'm a lot better at it than you are.
You rest more than anybody I know.
Listen, my body is always in fight or flight. I've got to rest a lot. My body thinks that I'm being hunted for sport at all times. I walk outside, I'm like, oh my gosh, where are they? No, it's not that bad. If it was, I might need to be in the padded room for a couple days. But you could try like walking, intentional breathing. Like I like the box breathing that you can do. It's like 4 breaths in, hold for 4 breaths, 4 breaths out, hold for 4. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Silence. People are terrified of silence. Like sitting in silence. Louis C.K., who is, I'm not a super fan of his, but he said something on a talk show once that I was a fan of. And it's that why do we always have to be scrolling on our phones? Like even if we're driving in the car where people want to scroll through Facebook while they're driving, it's because you're so uncomfortable sitting in the quiet, like in the silence with nothing. Sit in the silence, sit in it and see what it brings up. That's my advice. That's my professional advice. Journaling,
Non-professional.
non-professional. Hobby advice. Journaling or time in nature.
What if you hate bugs?
Well, then don't.
Because I think about time and she's like, no.
Yeah, she would be like, time in nature would not be rest. That would be
fight or flight.
That would be, yes, that would be survival mode.
What are those, the June bugs?
Oh, God.
She hates them.
What is that meme of that girl, that little girl
That
in
little
the yellow
girl.
jacket
Swerve.
when a June bug comes? I liked this. It's It's reevaluating your energy budget. Like, what are you putting your energy into? Because it's a luxury item, as our girl Taylor Swift says. Not everyone can afford it. So track what drains you. Clock that
Whatever.
T. Clock the T, what the kids say. What drains you versus what fills you for 1 week. Track that. When you
Oh,
are,
girl, I could just tell you right now.
I know,
I don't need to track
drain.
nothing. Yes.
So then you need to ask yourself, where can I delegate my energy? Where can I delay? Or where can I just delete this? Like, what can I just completely remove that is draining me of my energy?
I will say, hiring someone to help clean my house once a week
Mm-hmm.
is a
Mm-hmm.
wonderful thing to come home to, especially like on a week, like Friday after work. You're like, oh,
Yes.
this don't smell like roaches enough, and it's so nice.
That would be
It's
a great
worth it.
example of delegating.
Yes,
You are delegating
the
that
money
energy.
is worth it.
Yes, I've heard a couple people have said that. Like, getting someone to come clean your house. It sounds like such
Less
a, like,
coffees, it's worth it.
exactly. You can make it work.
So, yes.
If you need it, you will find a way to make it work. So most people can't quit everything, obviously. Like, make your list, all this drains me, done.
Yeah.
Never gonna work again. It's not feasible. But even trimming 10% of your load makes space for recovery. So the house thing, the cleaning,
Mhm.
that maybe that's a lot.
I feel like it's like, for me and what it means to me, because I am like, having a clean house is important to me.
Yes, yeah.
It's like at least like 25%.
I was gonna say more than 10%
Yeah.
for sure.
And even like, I still do, like, I still keep up with the house, but like
Yeah.
the big things that take me time and take
Mhm.
so much time out of my weekend, I
Yeah.
now can, I just, even talking about it, I feel like I can go,
Yeah.
it's so nice.
So write down, make your list and check it twice and see what can you delegate. That's your homework for next week.
Check, check. Okay.
I don't have a whole lot to delegate because I live by
Petunia.
myself. Petunia, you got to start pulling your weight. The next suggestion would be to reconnect with meaning. So burnout thrives in disconnection, right? So reflect on what used to give you purpose. Maybe it's relationships, creativity, community, or spirituality. Small reconnections can reignite hope. We are creatures of connection.
Mhm.
We are not meant to live in isolation. So when you feel burnout, you are typically, you feel like you're less connected to people because you're so focused on the fatigue and the stress and the this and then that. Reach out to the people that you know you have.
Our nurse practitioner was at work today, and she was like, do you guys need anything before I leave? And I was like, I need a hug, joking. And she's like, oh, I'm a hugger, I'll give you a hug. And I took that hug, and I was like, I should just ask for what I need more hugs.
Oh my gosh, I wish that
needed
I was
a
a
hug.
hugger. I wish I was, man, but I'm just not.
Cold as ice.
Yeah, cold-hearted, cold-blooded. Okay, seek support early. So therapists, mentors, or even workplace allies can help you recalibrate before burnout hardens into breakdown. And I think that's important, the workplace allies. Finding somebody in your position that can 100% relate to the struggles that you have changes everything, because you no longer feel like you're on that island.
Yeah.
And it's hard for you, I know, because you're at the top. Like,
yeah. But like,
you have to connect with other executive directors.
Well, I mean, there are days when things are really hard, and like my assistant executive director, we can like joke about eating ourselves off the building and stuff.
Yes.
And it's not that we're really going to do that. It's just that way to be like joking.
If we don't laugh, we cry. It's literally, yeah, that's my daily.
Or like one day, like somebody I work with that's very close to being equal to me in my building was like something about she was gonna like drive herself off the road. I said, oh, you can't do that. That was my plan on the way home.
We can't both do it.
Yeah, like it's just that like
dark humor
with the people that like get it. And I feel like in the healthcare field, you really do have to have a little bit of dark humor.
Yeah. Well, and
or it'll swallow you up.
It really will. It'll just consume you. I have noticed that, like, friends that I have that are nurses or in the healthcare field are very dark. They go there. it is important that if you do work in those types of high stakes environments like education, healthcare, even sales, normalize asking for coverage or using your mental health days, like assuming that you have them.
I
If
was
you
gonna say,
don't,
not
take a
everybody
day
has.
off. Like
Yeah.
you have to feel like you can. And I know a lot of companies are really starting to recognize that, and hopefully more get on board with like acknowledging that people don't need to have a reason to take a sick day. Like they should just be able to take a day off because they need a day off.
Yeah.
So
But if you call in every weekend, you're
listen,
not.
that's not the same. That's not the same.
You're just not a good employee.
No, you can't need a mental break every weekend. That's not a mental break anymore. That is that is just abuse of the system, and that's why companies don't do things like that. So anyway, so that's kind of for burnout. Now, breakdown recovery, you start with stabilization. So focus on safety, sleep, structure. Get medical or therapeutic help. Breakdowns often involve anxiety, panic, or depressive symptoms that need professional care. It's one of those things where, like, you have passed the point of self-medicating or self-treating, and you need to get help.
Yeah.
Like the infection has spread. The pistachio ice cream has turned.
Yeah.
Simplify your days to the basics: meals, hydration, one task at a time. You really, sometimes it's just
1
the
hour,
next,
1 minute, whatever it takes to get through the day.
Yep. Let go of guilt. Breakdown recovery is not linear. So you're going to have days that feel normal and then days that you can't get out of bed. And that's okay. It's your body is just trying to recalibrate and get back to normal. Repair, don't resume. So don't push back to the old habits because those are the things that got you here in the first place. So you have to go back and repair what's broken as opposed to just getting back on the broken bike and trying to ride it, because it's not going to work. And then reintroduce joy slowly. After burnout or breakdown, joy can feel foreign or even exhausting. So find those small joys. So maybe a 5-minute walk. Maybe you really enjoy cooking or baking. Make one thing. Just try to find what makes you feel alive again. Anything. Yeah. So to end this, I came up with 10 reminders, and I want you to pick 3 numbers between 1 and 10, and those are the ones that we'll pick. And we'll remind the Sunday Society of these things.
2.
Burnout doesn't make you broken. So it's a signal, not a sentence. Your body and mind are just asking for a slower rhythm.
7.
There's no timeline for recovery. You can't rush what your nervous system needs to relearn. Slow is sustainable.
9.
Ask for help before it feels like an emergency. Community is medicine, whether it's a therapist, friend, or coworker who simply gets it.
I like those.
I do too. Those were good. So, clock it. Oh, well, there's one more that I really like that the Olsen twins kind of told us about. No is a complete sentence. So boundaries are not walls, they are bridges to balance. So that's all I have on burnout versus breakdown. This was a very realistic episode because I feel like we have experienced both of these things very recently and still navigate through kind of the implications of what these have had in our lives. So hopefully this reaches somebody. And if you're ever feeling burnt out or like you're getting close to a breakdown, I know that Hannah wouldn't mind if you reached out. I don't mind if you reach out.
Yeah.
Reach out to somebody because you have plenty of people that care. Even if they have compassion fatigue, they do care.
Yeah.
So that's that episode. Next week is another really, we're going to make it fun, but it is a tough topic to tackle as well. But until next time, I'm Bianca.
I'm Hannah.
And we are Taking Back Sunday.
You're reading that breakdown. I was like, girl, I was breaking down.
I know.
I was breaking down.
I was like,
I thought I was burnt out, but I was breaking down.
Yeah, your body
I was like, I gotta talk to somebody.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I've always wanted to do that.
Oh,
This is dramatic.
I was like,
Have you ever seen that like on talk shows where somebody just gets someone?
cut the show. I'm done.
I'm so sorry. I just needed to.
I thought you were gonna puke.
No,
I was like, oh no.
you didn't see my cry face.
No, I was
I
reading.
pretended.
No, but I can't wait to edit that. I'm just gonna put you up there. I was
Okay,
like,
I'm so
what
sorry.
is going on?
Anyway,
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well,
I was about to have a breakdown.
I had a mini panic attack. I was like, oh no, something's very wrong.
I'm so sorry.
She said, we're done. Call my people.
Okay.
Okay. Wonderful. All of my former employees are, oh no, they were not my employees. They were me like, what the?